I'm so serious.
We can do that.
Okay. Yeah.
All we can do is live right.
Those pictures
Be
is
honest.
happening. It does.
I'm down with that. The Board of Parks and Recreation Commissioners of Kansas City, Missouri meeting for August 11th, 2026 is hereby called to order. Will Secretary Houston please call roll?
Commissioner Smith,
Here.
Commissioner Curtis,
Here.
Commissioner Taylor,
Present.
Commissioner Meyer,
Here.
President Mason,
Here.
Director Cotton.
Here.
Thank you. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the July 14th, 2026 board minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? I had one point on resolution number 33265. I didn't know if it should reflect that Commissioner Taylor abstained from that vote. Thank you. Okay, with that correction, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 33278, considering board approval of the first amendment to the agreement with the Friends of the Zoo to extend the agreement to operate and maintain the Kansas City Zoological Park for an additional 5 years and to provide the annual subsidy to maintain the physical structures and equipment necessary to operate the Kansas City Zoo. Director Chris Cotton is the sponsor of this memo.
Yes, thank you. The Friends of the Zoo has been dedicated to the support and improvement of the zoo since its inception in 1959. The City and Parks Board first entered into an agreement with the Friends of the Zoo, a not-for-profit organization, to operate the zoo on behalf of the Parks Department on December 28, 2001. The original subsidy was $4 million per operating season. With the establishment of the Kansas City Zoological District in 2012, a 1/8-cent county-wide sales tax was passed in Jackson and Clay counties. That reduced the subsidy to $2 million contribution for the Parks Department for the zoo for their operations. The Friends of the Zoo continue to operate the zoo in a professional manner. Sean Putney is here to answer any questions of the board. At this time, staff recommends extending the agreement as specified in the agreement signed on October 26, 2021 for another 5 years till August 31st, 2031. Sean.
Welcome.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you having us and love the fact that we're addressing this issue, I guess you could say it was. But since Spots took over, as Chris had said, the zoo and aquarium has had a wonderful relationship with parks. Certainly the city, the Parks Department, the Kansas City Zoo, and the citizens of the surrounding areas have benefited from that partnership. Our current 5-year contract comes to a close at the end of this year, and we're looking to extend it for another 5 years. Just to give you an understanding of how far we've come, in the past 3 decades, Friends of the Zoo has continued to make capital improvements to the zoo, which has contributed to a better experience for our guests, the lives of the animals, and also increased the value of the property, which is owned by the city. Since 2010, the zoo has added new exhibits, including Polar Bear Passage in 2010, Penguin Plaza in 2013, Stingray Bay in 2018, Alligator Alley in 2021, Sabella Ocean Aquarium in 2023, and if you haven't seen it yet, we just opened our new giraffe exhibit this year. Other large renovations and additions include, over that same time period, Tiger Habitat in 2013, Tuxedo Grill in 2014, Orangutan Canopy in 2015, Billy Goat's Gruff in 2016, Red Panda in 2017, improved picnic area and camel improvements in 2019, elephant area renovations in 2020, an overall of Sea Lion Splash in 2021, replacing the tram and train station in 2022, and revamping the entire Lion and Kopi area last year. While these areas show significant improvement over the years, the list doesn't even include other amenities and infrastructure that Spots has made improvements towards improving our zoo. We continue to be a place for Kansas Cityans to enjoy as a place to recreate and learn, and we are also a place that continues to grow as an employer. We continue to add full-time positions, going from 140 back in the early 2000s to over 250 this year. During the busier times of year, we also add part-time and seasonal employees, where collectively we employ over 500 people each and every year. So all of what I've discussed today just reveals the fact that we continue to get a little bit better each and every year. And the success of this is greatly attributed to the fact of having strong relationships and partnerships like the one we have with the Parks Department. So I appreciate you looking at this ask today, and hopefully we can have another 5-year contract going into the next decade. Thank you very much for your time. Be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Well, thank you. That was an exciting list, and thank you to Cora and Linda too for being here. You know, you guys, we know how much you guys have been putting in over there, and again, the feedback that I get from all my friends and family who are over there with and without their children, I might add. I had a friend 2 weeks ago take her baby stroller with her camera by herself, but her camera was so heavy she took the stroller still so she could take pictures. So anyway, good. Lots of things for everyone to do out there. So thank you. Anyone else has anything else? Otherwise, I have a motion to approve resolution number 33278.
Move to approve. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33279, considering board approval of the facility use with concessions agreement with the Waldo Area Business Association to celebrate the 34th annual Waldo Fall Festival. Events Administrator Fred Rookham is here.
Hey, Fred Wickham, events administrator. Just one event today, and this is the 34th annual Waldo Fall Fest, October 10th. It's a one-day festival. Parks will be compensated $1,000 for the one-day event. Set up and tear down all on the same day, October 10th. They're expecting around 2,000 people in attendance, and staff recommends board approval. We do have Sean Anderson here with the Waldo Business Association that might want to say a few words about the event.
Welcome.
Hi, all. Sean number 2 today. 34th annual. I believe this is our 6th year at Gregory and Warnell Road. Just a great neighborhood amenity. We attract people from all over the region to attend this event. Family friendly in every facet. Yeah, I believe that's what I have to say.
Well,
We'd appreciate your support on this.
it's a fun event. Thank you. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33279?
So move. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item is passed. Thank you, Sean, and thank you, Fred. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33280, considering board approval of the expenditure of $281,625 from the current fiscal year's deferred maintenance fund and the use of $675,000 from the special gifts fund for a total amount of $956,625 to complete funding for the replacement of the synthetic turf on fields number 5 and 6 at Swope Soccer Village. And Doug Schroeder's here to talk about this item.
Hello, everyone. How you doing today?
Great.
Yeah, we've did a assessment of the fields, and we repaired field 4 over at Soccer Village, and that's been completed. And so now we need to replace the turf on fields 5 and 6 because they're past their life expectancy and they're a little dangerous. So we've got $675,000 put away in special gifts fund. We're contractually obligated to amass $7 million by 2037, according to our agreement. And then Sporting's also supposed to give us 10% of their net profits at the facility, which so far has been $0 to date since they started operating the place. So we're obligated to pay for this. So we need to pull the 281 out of the special gifts fund. I mean, out of the deferred maintenance finance to get these fields back to where they need to be.
And I do want to note that we've had some conversations with the city manager's office about getting documentation to support the information from Sporting Brookside about
they're contracted, they're contractually obligated to give us a profit and loss statement. But other than that, that's all the agreement sets forth. There's no audit or anything else included in the agreement. Yeah.
But I think the city manager was
They're
going to
working
reach
on
out to
something
them
like-
to try to get.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah.
They're
but
giving us what they are
that's
contractually
right, they're giving
obligated
us
to us.
what they need to give to us. Yes.
Thank you.
And
Right.
what they need to give us isn't included, and this isn't included in those costs, if I'm understanding right.
Right.
So what's in the agreement is that they don't cover.
We
The
cover
turf?
everything. Actually, the agreement says that any losses they have, we actually supposed to cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when is that agreement up for?
It was a 10-year agreement, 2021, so 31, and they have 2 options to renew it for 10 years apiece. So it's a 30-year agreement. And they have the right to refuse to continue. And we also have, there's a termination for both parties, but it's a 10-year agreement.
So it's up to be
31.
reviewed 31.
In 31, yes.
And has there been any previous investment for this actual turf or anything related to this that has come out of special funds? And if so, when?
No, this is the
This
first
is the
time
first,
this is the first time we're replacing turf. The turf was installed originally and then it was damaged during a flood and we got a warranty replacement on it. So this is the first time we've actually had to pay for it. Yeah.
And so this is
And
in,
yeah, and
this is standard.
yeah,
maintenance.
these two fields are on the north side of the complex and the older kids use these fields, so they get a lot more wear and tear than the other fields. So, yeah.
All right, may I have a motion to approve resolution number 33280?
So move. Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33281, considering board approval of the contract with Sprinturf in the amount of $956,625 for the replacement of those synthetic fields. Mr. Schroeder.
Thank you very much. Yes, now the money's in place. We did a competitive bid.
Glad that works
And
out.
Sprinturf won it by a good margin, and they're a good company. I checked like 10 of their references, mostly municipalities, and they were very happy with the work they did. So they're come in highly recommended. So I'd appreciate if we just go ahead and get this started. Probably going to start it in November, right after this next soccer season's over, and then we'll have it done in a few weeks.
And how many bids did you say?
We got 4 bids.
4. Okay. Thank you. Move to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. Thank you.
Thank you
And
very much.
I can't let you leave without doing a little shout for Swope Golf. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It was,
We're-
just such positive feedback, such great
Yeah.
publicity online, and seems like we're still getting a lot of people who want to come out and play. So
We-
that's
we-
always the best
yeah.
compliment.
We continue to get positive feedback from almost everyone, and we are booked through Sunday solid. There's nothing available. And then Monday there's some, and Tuesday there's some available. But well before it's time for the day to come, it's already sold out. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Lots of happy people.
Thank you. I know that you and your team put a lot of time in, and it does not go unappreciated.
Thank you
So
very
thank you.
much.
And the recent ranking, Doug, about the top
Yeah.
course in the state of Missouri. Let's just keep pushing that out on social media. And great job to Doug and the team. Love it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doug.
The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33282, which will be held for a future meeting. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33283, considering board approval of change order number 1 with Mega KC for the Yvonne Starks Wilson Park Improvements Project in the amount of $56,549.88 and extending the contract completion date to August 31st, 2026. Deputy Director James Wong.
Commissioners, the Yvonne Starks Wilson Park project was substantially complete on July the 13th. It included installation of concrete walking loop trail, 70 additional parking spaces, soccer field, a lighting for field and parking lot, the basketball court, retention pond, panels, 6 restrooms, and shelter with grill and landscaping. Change order 1 is to provide additional rock around the driveway curb, around the bicycle rack, and then at the top of the hill. The change order also includes installation of a irrigation system for the sports field and upgrade to the electric node. I'm here to answer any question you may have.
May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33283?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The said item has passed. Thank you, Deputy Director Wong. We are again going to hold the next item on the agenda, resolution number 33242. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33284, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Light Christian Center of Kansas City Incorporated for the use of Mary Williams Neal Community Center. Superintendent of the Recreation Division, Jody Seamer, is here to speak about this item.
We got like 35 of them. So
Yeah. Jody's got the rest of the agenda.
Double Z here.
Right. So
We'll do a stretch for everybody. Excellent. All right, no. Light Christian Center of Kansas City, they would like to use Mary Williams Neal for the purposes of church services. They would be looking on Sundays from 11 to 1. They would compensate the city $45 an hour for an estimated payment of $810. The agreement would be from August 23rd until December 20th of 2026. Staff recommends board approval.
May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33284?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33285, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with VIP Patel Family Volleyball for the use of Tony Aguirre Community Center. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, the Patel family would like to continue their regular volleyball play at Tony Aguirre. They play on Wednesdays from 4 until 6:30. This would resume later this week on August 12th. They compensate the city at $40 per hour or $100 per day for a total payment of $5,200. The agreement begins August 12th and will run through August 1st of 27. And staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33286, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Freedom Hoops for the use of Marlboro Community Center. Ms. Seymour.
Freedom Hoops would like to use Marlboro Community Center for their for youth mentoring and basketball practices on Thursdays from 6 to 7:30. They would compensate the city at $50 per hour for that gym rental for an estimated total of $2,175. The agreement would begin on September 3rd and would end April 29th of 27. And staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33287, considering board approval of the facility use without concession agreement with Crystal Ray, Kansas City for the use of Tony Aguirre Community Center. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, Crystal Ray would like to use Tony Aguirre Gymnasium for youth basketball practices. They will compensate the city at $20 per hour for half-court rental for an estimated payment of $420. This is the first of two annual 50% fee waivers that was approved by the director. The agreement would be November 2nd through December 14th, and staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33288, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Fat Man Rowdy Enterprises LLC for the use of Line Creek Community Center. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, the Fat Man Rowdy Enterprises Group would like to use Line Creek's ice for adult hockey games. The games will be on Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. They will compensate the city at $325 per hour for a total compensation of $156,975. The agreement would begin October 1st and would run through September 30th of 2027, and staff recommends board approval.
May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33288?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33289, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Exalting Truth Ministries for the use of the Southeast Community Center. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, Exalting Truth would like to use Southeast Community Center for church services on Sundays from 10 until 2. They will compensate the city $45 per hour for a total estimated payment of $9,180. The agreement would be from September 6th through August 27th of 27, with an option of a one-year renewal with director approval. Staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33290, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with North Suburban Youth Football and Cheer for the use of the Waterwell Athletic Complex, the Pleasant Valley Road Athletic Complex, and the San Rafael Football Field. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, North Suburban Football would like to utilize these spaces for youth football clinics, practices, and associated activities. Practices will take place on Mondays, Monday through Friday, and games will take place on Saturdays. North Suburban will compensate at a rate of $25 per day per field and $200 a day for games. A projected compensation of $19,050 plus a 40% of net concessions sold at their games. This agreement would be from August 12th until November 20th. Staff recommends board approval.
May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33290?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33291, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Guadalupe Middle School for the use of Gage Park. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, Guadalupe Middle School would like to use Gage Park for flag football and soccer practices. Practices would be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and games would be on Saturdays. The rate would be $25 per hour for practices and $200 for games, a total estimated compensation of $5,300. The agreement is August 17th through October 31st of 26, and staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33292, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Guadalupe High School for the use of the Greg Kleiss Community Center. Ms. Seymour.
Guadalupe Centers High School would like to utilize the gymnasium at Greg Kleiss for physical education classes, Mondays and Fridays, and then Tuesday through Thursday, so essentially all week, at compensation at $75 per hour for a total projected compensation of $4,000. The agreement would be August 14th through September 11th, 2026. Staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33293, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Midwest Cricket League for the use of Minor Park. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, Midwest Cricket League would like to use Minor Park Cricket Field for adult cricket games on Saturdays and Sundays. They would compensate the city at $200 per day for a total estimated revenue of $2,200. The agreement would be August 15th through September 13th, and staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33294, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with the American Stroke Foundation for the use of the Kansas City North Community Center. Ms. Seymour.
The American Stroke Foundation would like to utilize the multipurpose and exercise room at the Kansas City North Community Center on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They will compensate the city at $1,000 per month, with a total compensation projected to be $8,000. ASF has provided several specialized pieces of equipment critical to the rehabilitation practice that are especially beneficial for other users within the community that come to utilize their fitness area, especially those with special needs and the active aging population. The agreement would be September 1st through April 29th of 27, and staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33295, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Notre Dame de Sion High Schools of Kansas City for the use of Minor Park Tennis Complex. Ms. Seymour.
Notre Dame de Sion schools are wanting to use minor tennis court complex for youth tennis practice and matches. Those would be Monday through Friday. They will compensate the city at a rate of $15 per hour per court for a total estimated compensation of $5,917.50. The agreement would be August 12th through October 5th, and staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33297, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Stonewall Sports Kansas City for the use of Penn Valley Park. Ms. Seymour. Did I skip one?
It's
Yes, I did.
okay.
Sorry. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33296, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Kansas City Public Schools for the use of the MLK Junior Park Tennis Courts, the Gillum Park Tennis Courts, and the Minor Park Tennis Courts for practices. Ms. Seymour.
Excellent. Yeah, KCPS would like to utilize the MLK Park tennis courts, as well as the Gillum Park tennis courts and Minor Park tennis courts for youth tennis practices and matches Practices would be Monday through Friday, and matches would take place on specified dates. They would compensate the city at the rate of $15 per hour for practices and matches for a total estimated compensation of $12,660. The agreement would begin August 17th and would conclude October 23rd, and staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. Now we'll try this one again. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33297, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Stonewall Sports Kansas City for the use of Penn Valley Park. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, Stonewall Sports Kansas City would like to utilize Penn Valley Park for adult kickball games on Sundays. They would compensate the city at $200 per game for an estimated total compensation of $3,600. The agreement would begin September 13th and would end November 8th, and staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33298, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with Kansas City Youth Hockey for the use of Line Creek Community Center. Ms. Seymour.
Kansas City Youth Hockey Association would like to use Line Creek Community Center for youth hockey practices, camps, clinics, games, try hockey for free, and board meetings. This will take place Monday through Sunday at various times. They will compensate the city at $325 per hour for a total compensation of $1,530.16 or $16.25. Payment would be due on as regular. The agreement would go from October 3rd until April 28th of 27, and staff recommends board approval.
Thank you. And I just want to clarify, it's $153,000.
Yes, 153, lots of numbers there.
Yeah, 150. I was like, I bet they wish they could get it for that much, but $153,016.25.
We're 15 in.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. I've already screwed up too. So,
Move to approve.
Second.
any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. And the final item on the agenda is resolution number 33299, considering board approval of a cooperative agreement with Cristo Rey Kansas City Sisters of Charity of Leavenworth High School for the use of the Southeast, Tony Aguirre, Greg Kleiss, and Marlboro Community Centers. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, Cristo Rey, Kansas City Sisters of Charity. They would like to have access to Southeast Community Center, Tony Aguirre Community Center, Greg Kleiss Community Center, Marlboro Community Center. For a student work-study position, they will be the employer of the students, will provide transportation, lunch, assign student grades, and work with the city in supervising, monitoring, and assessing performance of job duties. The city will direct students in their day-to-day performance and train them in specific skills. The agreement would begin September 1st and would run through May 31st of 27. This would be a no cost to us. Staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed, and thank you very much. Will Director Cotton please present the director's update to the board?
Yes. Summer camp of 2026. The total unique summer camp enrollments as of August 5th were 609, compared with 460 summer 25. Total number of campers across all weeks and all locations, 2,643. 2025, that compares to 2,072. The fall activity guide has been uploaded to our webpage and postcards have been printed. Bruce Watkins, Live Music Fridays featuring B-Side KC Band Friday, August 7th from 6 to 8. It took place from 6 to 8. The Greg Kleiss Community Center indoor pool, all the old filters and sand have been removed and replaced with new equipment. Pool is scheduled to begin filling this week. We are waiting for the new dehumidifier to be installed before we can open. That timeline is still at least 2 weeks out. Swope Memorial is open and participation is very high, beginning assessment of cart path conditions at Minor Park, Hodge Park, and HOA. MyGolfSpy.com ranks Swope as the best municipal golf course in the state of Missouri. The Brush Creek crew cleaned up brush around the Bruce Watkins Cultural Heritage Center. Staff removed houseless camp trash under the Warnell Bridge, Washington Square, and Ilis Davis Park. Gates have been installed at Kessler Park in an effort to help curb late night activity in the reservoir area. Work continues removing invasive growth removal at Riverfront Park. We had graffiti removal from the Indian Scout. Letha and Sons have repaired a sinkhole near the spillway at Lakewood. 10 yards of flowable fill were poured around the wall of the dam, and the hole was backfilled with clay soil, and the restoration efforts included seeding and strawing afterwards. Projects in design, the Berry Road Playground, request for proposal is completed. Bid advertisement is scheduled for September. Bruce Watkins Community Skate Park, design is 95% complete, coordinating with HUD on plan submittal. Bid advertisement is scheduled for November. Line Creek Commuter Ice System, proposals have been received. Working with Council District 2, City Council on allocating additional GO bond funding to fully fund this project. The Cersei Creek Trail, design build proposals have been received and are under review. Arbor Villa Spray Ground, design is 95% complete, preparing bidding documents. Bid advertisement is scheduled for October. Swope Park ORLP, final construction plans have been approved by grant agency. Bid advertisement is scheduled for October. The Osage Nation has asked to have an archaeological presence during any excavation during the renovation. Tony Gary Community Center, reviewing design, build scope. Projects in construction, Blues Park Skating Rink. The skating rink concrete pour has been completed. Dasher board fabrication is underway. MLK Park pedestrian bridge fabrication is underway. Site construction is expected to begin in mid-September. Indian Creek Trail construction is expected to be completed by August 18th. Roanoke Park improvements construction is expected to be completed by the end of August 31st. And that is my report. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now move into public hearing. We have some members of the public who have signed up to address the board. Public testimony is limited to 2 minutes, and we will have a timer running, and you will need to end your testimony when the timer goes off. Our first person is Olivier Nain. Thank you. Welcome.
First time. Yeah, I have a complaint to make. Yeah, I just experienced like something bad in my community. I live in a metro area, so we are big soccer players down there, and so every time, like after work, we usually go there and play soccer most of the time. But recently, it's been overpacked, like bunch of people everywhere. So, and if there will be any help, like to, you know, make us room for us to play, because most of the time we go there and they already reserve the place, and at night they don't turn off the lights, so we end up not playing, you know. And I'm just wondering, like, the problem is most of my people, they drink a lot, so when we play, we just keep them from drinking. I lost my brother that way. You know, my brother, he used to play, but recently he don't play anymore. Because most of the time when you go there, we find like it's packed. So we just go back home. We don't play. And so other habit they just get is drinking. You know, so I'm just worried about that. That's why I came here. I didn't know anywhere else to go.
No, that's what we're here for. Thank you for coming. Is this at 9th and Van Brunt?
Yeah, 9th Street and Van Brunt. I know they made some expansion, but it didn't help. It's like everywhere. I didn't have any picture. I didn't take any pictures because I just found a meeting this morning and I rushed here, but maybe next time I'll bring some pictures and see how, like, you know, packed it is. Like,
yeah, no, we definitely know we have a lot of groups out there right now. So yeah, I guess, can we get your contact information and can work to, you know, try to,
is that,
we've got a phone, this phone number?
Yeah, that's my number.
Best way? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have a staff member reach out to you and maybe see if there's a time that we can get you on the schedule, get you guys on the schedule or things like that. Is that what you're looking for? Or?
Like if they could find, like, because we're surrounded by public schools, I don't know if there's a way they could let us play for an hour, maybe, you know, because we are like, there's northeast, east, we're surrounded by public schools, and most of the time they don't use their field, you know.
So are you saying that what's being occupied by the fields is just general open play, or are you saying like groups or in schools?
We go there, we just like, we share the whole field, like 2 fields, we share them, but it just packed. Like sometimes we go there, there's no place to play. And my people there, sometimes they go and jump the fence at northeast and they play down there, you know. But I don't think that's a good thing. You know, sometimes they get chased away by the security.
Agreed.
And there's also a 9th and Van Brunt community advisory group as well.
Never heard of
So,
it.
I think that meeting is on the 25th, but I do think that maybe there's an opportunity to open that meeting up similar to this type of platform where
Okay.
people
For
can
public,
come.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how we get that communication out.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for
Thank you
coming
for
and,
coming.
and appreciate, you know, we know middle of the day is a tough time to get
Right.
somewhere. And so we hear you and we'll get someone to reach out to you. And
Thank you so much.
And I'm sorry, sir. My question,
Wow.
are you saying that there is drinking at the field? I heard, I want to make sure I'm hearing what you
No,
said.
not at the field.
Mhm.
It's just my community. Like we have not much going on, basically. So we just work and come back home. But once they get the behavior of drinking, it becomes their habit. Every time they get off work, they start drinking. That's how I lose my brother.
Oh, so you're saying
he
that
said
soccer
this
Yeah,
gives them
being
an
able to play
alternative.
events.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like,
Yeah.
we used to have
9th
that
Street and
problem.
Van Branch, the only thing
Be
keep
clear.
us like stay away from bad stuff. We go
Sure.
there and
Yes.
play. But
But
right
this,
now we
the
don't.
soccer is a positive way to connect after work
Right,
instead
to prevent
of
that.
drinking.
Yeah, but we
Thank
don't
you.
have room.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Thank you so much.
No,
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for bringing this.
Carmen, can you add this to the agenda for the 2017?
All right, Mr. Pat Clark is back.
Excuse me, I'm gonna go before Mr.
Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
My name is Correll Shaw. And the issue that I'm bringing up to Mr. Clark is the issue that on Sundays, and I don't want to be like I'm rambling or anything, so this is my first time speaking to a forum of this magnitude. The issue that I'm having is like on Sundays, I'm not in a car club, but I'm in the car culture.
Okay.
And my age group, 50, 45 to 60, we have all classic cars. Our thing is on Sundays. I know it's an issue with the not kids, but young adults. Some people mess it up for some people. And you know, you take the good with the bad. But on Sundays, we've always looked forward to having a car culture of, hey man, we're going out to the park, we're gonna barbecue, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna drink a few beers, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna joke, and we're gonna go home. But now it's done got to the episode of now they're closing the park at 5 o'clock, closing the gates. And people said they didn't even know the gates closed. That's how unfamiliar people are with this. And what we're saying is that I know some people wish they could pick Swope Park up and put it somewhere else, but they're not. It's not. Mr. Swope, whoever he was, he donated it to the city. And the only two places, I was watching TV one night, and like I said, I don't want to ramble, I want to get to the issue. The only two places Black people had to congregate in Swope Park was Watermelon Hill, and they took that and put a dog park there, when you had a dog park up the street. They took that and then they had the big shelter. Those are the only two places. So you took one place away, and it's almost like on Sundays, we're not having nowhere to go. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, the young people, they mess it up. Some people. I talked to a park ranger one time when I was out there, and I was informing him, instead of you being a block and a half, 2 blocks up on the hill by the welcome committee building, looking down, why don't you come and park right here where all the drama is? And that will calm some of the issues that you have. Oh, well, you know, we saw on social media, but if you look at it, where were you at? You were 2 blocks up the street. I'm not gonna do nothing in front of the police if you're right here. Now, if you outside, hey, here, take this. That's just how it is. But in the same token, it shouldn't be allowed in our community to close off a city park, which I work and pay taxes for. If you're not in the park by 5 o'clock, you got to go all the way down 63rd, come up the back way. Then sometimes they have that blocked off. So it's just, I don't understand. So I was out there last week, and they had it, I got there at 4:45, I guess. He was just closing the gate. He let me in. Few friends my age it was like a handful of people, because now people are detouring away from the park. we would sit out there, we barbecue, we have nice time. Some of our wives was with us. We barbecue, we laugh, we joke. So when I went to leave, I went to go down through the park. They had that blocked off because it was something going on at Starlight. Like I said, I know Starlight wish they could move or whatever, the Soul Park can move, but so happens it's in our neighborhood. You're gonna hear gunshots, you're gonna hear fire, police sirens. That's just beast, the nature of the beast. So I had to turn around, go way back up to the front, which you had locked off. You can't get out the front of the park. Turn down towards the welcome part, the welcome committee building. Go all the way down back where Starlight at, running into traffic down there. Come all the way back up to where the liquor store is, to Swope Park and Swope Parkway. Then go home. That's ridiculous to be in a park in your community where I know everyone wants to feel safe. And like I said, that's number one. But what the issue I'm having is, if you're gonna block the park off, don't block it. I mean, you're having it where you can't get in or out. At least have a way out. You got a way where you can't get out. You know, you're blocking off both gates. So you can't get out or in if something did happen. But 9 times out of 10, to tell you the truth, the youngsters out there, yeah, you have issue where youngsters might have a fight here, fight there. But it's the same thing. I go at North Kansas City, they got a park up there, same thing. Go up in Lee Summit, I cruise a lot. I have issues with youngsters everywhere. Sure. Everywhere. That's just how it is. And we all 3 times 7 in here, so we understand it. Plus some. But it's not in our time anymore, you know. But when you have good people, at least you know these people right now at this time and area, they're in the park. You have kids out here, you having a nice time, they barbecuing, they having fun. These people right here are not doing anything. So what I'm saying is, don't create problems when there's no problem. You know, and everybody's out there on Sundays, and believe it or not, if these youngsters can't find the park to come to and congregate, show their car off, their Jeeps off, to talk to a little female and laugh and joke, they're gonna find some other place where they're gonna find that. And it's gonna be ridiculous to where, hey, well, when they were in Swope Park, it's ridiculous. I go down on the boulevard, they have a boulevard cruise night on Friday, Saturday nights. They park in Quick Trip parking lot. The police came through, rode through Quick Trip, came around and left. Didn't bother nobody, wasn't no problems, nothing. Don't create a problem when there's no problem. And now that you've sanctioned the park off, because everyone's saying this park is in our community. Oh, we can't understand why we're in it. But, and please believe me, I'm not turning this into a black or white issue, because I wasn't raised that way. When the white people come to your neighborhood, when Starlight is having something, they cruise right on in. Shoom, shoom, with no problem. Why can't we have that same thing going on in our community? And like I told the park ranger, make yourself present to where there won't be a problem. Don't park 2 blocks up on the hill looking down. Park right there where the people are at, so there won't be an issue where people be like, oh, well, oh, they posted up. And believe me, trust me, and I understand the streets very well. When you see something of authority, you're downtown, you're going to, hey, well, no, I ain't going to do that. You won't. But please, I don't understand. Please, if I'm asking them, we're begging or whatever, open the park back up. Because this is one thing that the city, we look for. Hey, man, you going to the park Sunday? No, man, you got to be out there before 5 o'clock. We look forward to that. And hey man, what you getting ready to do? Hey, I enjoyed myself. Well, I done had me a few beers. I'm getting ready to go home and sit down with the wife or sit down with my girl, watch Game of Thrones and call it a night. That's my thing. So excuse me for that. House of Dragons, all that. That's my thing. But that's my thing on Sundays. I look forward some days to getting up, washing my car, riding around for a second. Hey man, we out at the park. We posted up. Here I come. Couple of hours. I'm going home. But I got 5 o'clock. Boom. That's ridiculous. And then you close it off to where you can't get out. Hypothetically speaking, if something was to happen, You have more problems of people trying to get out because now they done put them big boulders everywhere. You have more problems of people trying to get out the park than trying to get. I mean, there's no way. You know, for people that's coming to have a barbecue for a family get together down there by the Southeast Community Center. If they have people leave to go to the store or go home and come back with something, they can't get back in the park because they don't close it off. But that's ridiculous for something that's in our community. You know, you can't stop that. That's a given. But all I'm asking, ma'am, if you could take in serious consideration of somehow come to some type resolution of leaving the park open. Now 9, 10 o'clock, hey, close the gates. Because I heard because sometimes I'm hearing they out there till 9, 10 o'clock. I'm like, damn, they out there that late? At 9, 10 o'clock, you have no reason to be in the park. I mean, I don't know. Close the gates then. But to be in a city park and close it at 5 o'clock, what's the reason? What is the reason? I mean, let some people enjoy this because believe me, Day and Junebug, they're going to find somewhere else to go. And it might not be everywhere where people want them to be at. And then there's another narrative. What's going to happen when that jumps off? You got 30, 40, 50 cars of people somewhere in a park or somewhere cruising down the street. Oh, but where they at? Where did these people come from? But if you'd have left the park open, these same people be in this area. This area. Like I said, I understand we have a saying, and please don't take this out. Ends mess it up for black people. Like white trash mess it up for white folks. And I'm speaking this way because I'm military and I can think I'm open enough where y'all understand. And I had to tell a police officer, all black people are not ends. Sometimes we like to just enjoy ourselves. We mad because some of the youngsters do the things they do. It makes us look bad as a race of people because we're not that way. It's like who raising these kids nowadays? You got babies raising babies now. We wasn't raised that way. Black people now, we've lost morals and respect. You know, you got young guys wearing hats in churches now at a funeral. You got them don't hold a door open for a lady. That was never accepted in my day. But for right now, if you could take after this meeting is over, like I said, I'm gonna get ready in because I don't want to ramble. But that's a big highlight of my Sundays. Go to the park. Wait till the Chiefs come on. Hey, the Chiefs gonna come on at 3. I got it. We gone. But by then, you've enjoyed your day. Woke up Sunday morning, washed your car, took care of your wife, had breakfast with your kids. We go to the park. Okay, 3 o'clock. Hey, game time. Let's go. Don't mess it up because this few people mess it up for everybody. That's a culture that we have had it used to be the circle. If you don't remember, it used to be the circle. They closed the circle off. I went to the military, came back, the circle was out. I was like, what happened to? Man, they took the circle. So that was a culture thing we had. Like I said, Watermelon Hill. If you didn't know Watermelon Hill, it was up there where that's what they used to call it. They took that. Can't go up there no more. They put a dog park there. Now it's like the big shelter. And whoever this guy is, I'm getting ready to end this because whoever owned Starlight, because Starlight is not city owned anymore. This gentleman.
We own it.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's back on? Oh, I didn't know that. I heard some other person owned Starlight. It wasn't city owned anymore. But they put a sign in front of the big shelter sometimes to keep people from going up there. And you're not having nothing up there. We was like, what's going on with that? And so people just start going up there anyway. Whoever we was just saying, you putting a rent a shelter house when there's no one having nothing there. There's nothing there. But the culture that we have on Sundays, please allow us to have that. Trust me, if you come through ride on Sunday morning, Sunday afternoons, you'll be like, oh, okay. It's not a bad thing. You ride through, yeah, like say, some of the youngsters, they up there, they dancing, they can do whatever they doing. But you come through there and the 45 and above, you see people sitting down with their lawn chairs, with their girlfriends, their wives, having a beer or two, we laughing, we joking, we ready to go home. But by you closing the gates off at 5 o'clock, it takes a lot out of your Sundays. For real, believe me, it does. So I'm gonna end this.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna end this, but thank you for your time and really, please give it consideration.
Oh, we absolutely will take this back.
So typically, Mr. Sharp,
Shaw.
Shaw,
Yes,
sorry
ma'am.
about that, thank you. Typically, when we do this and we hear and those 2 minutes end, we engage in questions.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
went past the
I'm
2
sorry,
minutes.
I just my first.
And I
didn't know.
think the president was, I don't know,
Yeah.
was trying to extend some grace.
Right.
But if you can remain there so we can ask some questions, unless you don't
Yes,
want to.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So some of my questions, and this is really more so for the staff, but I want it on record,
Yes.
is what is the close and open time for all parks? And is there one consistent, I'm sorry, this is a staff question.
Oh.
Is there an open and close time that is communicated for all parks and then specifically for Slope?
Well, typically parks are open from 5 a.m. to midnight. Swope, as he mentioned, Swope Park isn't closed, just the gates are closed at 5 o'clock at that time. But the park itself is still open.
Sure. So citizens have the opportunity to be able to request entry. I'm just trying to understand what is the protocol. It sounds like we changed how something went. And so what have we communicated with how people can gain entry in and out? And then so I'll pause and then I have another question.
The closure of the gates on Sunday at 5 came as a joint meeting with us, the suggestion of the police department and meeting with City Hall. So the gates do open back up at the end of the night so people can leave, but in an effort to curb some of the activity by, as he mentioned, the younger kids with the cars, the decision was made to close the gates at 5 o'clock on Sundays. However, as I mentioned, people still have access to the park through other means of entrance.
Right, going around.
Yes, ma'am.
And the reason why I want to illuminate this, I think that transparency is really helpful. I mean, there's it sounds like behaviors or activities that you even acknowledged are occurring
Yes.
that are not typical park. Is drinking or what are the rules? And the reason why I say this is because I think it's important to level set what the rules are, because when we start picking and choosing, then it can feel very targeted and personal.
Right.
And so what are the rules typically for parks? Of course, no firearms.
No firearms, no alcohol. There's, no fighting, no four-wheelers, no motorcycles no parking on the grass.
Well, see, y'all had a thing about, not to cut you up, it was a thing they had, you can't park on the grass. But when Starlight have something, people park on the grass. White people, you come from Johnson County, North Kansas City, they come and they park on the grass, and it wasn't ever a problem. Then we was like, well, why y'all let them park on the grass?
Sure.
And we can't park on the grass. Well, it's just a lot of people don't understand that. I didn't know that.
Right.
But I'm still saying what's good for the goose should be good for the gander.
And this is why my questioning is not to stir confusion. It is to create transparency and understanding.
Yes, ma'am.
Oftentimes, I think misunderstanding and miscommunication is because we literally are not speaking the same language. And so my last question, and I'll turn it back to you, President Hayden, is you made a comment. So I'm curious, and I don't know if we have any Ranger represent. Oh, I see Ranger Rick here. How might a ranger at the gate, or whoever the gate attendant is, determine the difference between a Starlight attendee and a park engager? Like a park, just someone that is coming to the park.
Have Starlight,
Thank you.
They have a sign up, Starlight this way. Or, Starlight just.
But this would have to be prior to gate entry, correct?
Yeah, well.
So what I'm saying is, and this is not a question for you,
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Shaw. This is a question for our rangers, and it's fine if we don't have an answer now. But I'm curious, and I don't know the answer, but I'm curious how a ranger or a gate attendant might determine who is there for what without, unless we are giving pre-tickets or handles before then. Otherwise, when the gates open, how do you know? So that is just a question that I have that I'm curious about to make sure that we are being fair and that we are being thoughtful about how we are managing this asset that really belongs to the city. And it doesn't mean that we shouldn't have standards and that we should not enforce our rules, but it sounds like we need to communicate. And there is a personal responsibility with the community.
Right.
So ideally, there is community and peer encouragement to do what is right. We cannot
Right.
have unsafe spaces,
Right.
no matter who the user is.
Right.
And it has been more than reported about the lack of safety that sometimes exists, whether it's coming from non-Starlight users or Starlight users, is how I will say it. So there's a mutual responsibility, but I'm curious, Director Cotton, and you don't have to have the answer now, but I am curious of what are some things that we can do on the park side that can better communicate and manage expectations and work with community. And I'd be interested, Mr. Shaw, I know Mr. Clark a little better, so I know the leader that he is, but you certainly show up as a leader in front of us today. I'm curious how you all can also manifest change within the community that is using SWOPE to
Well,
have
like I
better
said,
outcomes.
The park rangers, instead of parking up there by where that flag is.
I know that's what the staff can do. I'm curious what you all in the community as community leaders can do.
I speak very well to the youngsters.
Sure.
I live down on 39th Street. 39th, where Seven Oaks Park is at.
Sure.
And we call that park the Walking Dead. But the park used to then be like that. You see kids playing basketball. They used to have the dirt turned over. And matter of fact, we grew up playing baseball together. And now you don't. But I make sure when I'm down in the park, we keep this park clean. We respect our area where we live at. And like I said, not just Seven Oaks. I'm very well known through the city by young and old that people kind of listen to me a little bit and always have.
So it sounds like there's some improvements that can happen on both ends. Is there a way that you can follow up with Mr. Shaw so that you can communicate?
Sure. And Mr. Shaw, this is a good number for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And we'll make sure, like I said, to get this on our agenda for our next meeting so we can talk about it more too.
Just leave the gates open.
No, yeah. Oh, we hear you. Thank you. Mr. Clark?
Well, I might as well say good evening.
Right. Might as well. Your boy did.
And I know the timer was on for me, but we switched up. So I want the same 15, 20 minutes.
You ain't lying.
Man. I mean, and it's good though, because
well, I can't
because of the situation in Swope Park, I've gotten a lot of calls. You know, I mean, in my neighborhood, a lot of folks call me before they call the police, you know, because they figure I'm going to show up. But the biggest thing with this is, and I'm just going to piggyback for a second because I got something else to talk about. But the conversation is that Black folks are being ran through the back door again. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to eat at the back door. We had to enter at the back door. And that's the way people are feeling right now. And so, all in all, the last 2-3 years that this has been going on at the park, I had to tell them, something's coming. You know, when you got guys in the park with guns this big and you got babies this big out there, it don't match. There's no safety no more, you know, and people who are scared to say something ain't saying nothing. You know, I went out there just to observe, and I've seen the Rangers out there riding around. I seen them trying to slide through like everybody else was. But the biggest thing is that, yes, we do need to figure out how we can go back to accommodating people. I don't care if you have to search cars, you know, before they come in. You know, those are things that just don't fit with this park out here. And like he was saying, the biggest thing is it was a family orientated park. It ain't like that no more. You don't know what to expect out there. We've had some big issues out there the last few months, and I'm like he is. I'm tired of them. You know, so if there's a town hall meeting or something that you guys that you know you can put together that other folks can come out and talk about what they're experiencing and what they would like to see. That's where you start at. So I appreciate you for letting me talk, but I want to talk about the baseball diamonds in the urban core. Not one of them have been maintenance in the last 2-3 years. 43rd and Agnes, there's still a puddle out there from the last time it rained. You know, I mean, it hasn't been maintenance to the point to where a little rain, it just turns into a puddle in a small lake. You know, that's how bad it is. And it's not just there. It's 43rd in Brooklyn. It's all over the urban core. And I know a lot of folks say black kids don't play baseball no more, but hell, they ain't got to play. That's not even a place where they can play kickball at. Because all the fields there are not they haven't been cut. They go around them. And I look at all the money. It wasn't no accident that I came in and they were talking about fundings for parks. You know, this one down the street, the soccer village, hell, what else do they need? I mean, it's a professional park. We don't have it. You know, I talked to Director Cotton. He wants to build a whole new Satchel Paige. Where they do that at? We can't go in a white neighborhood and say we want to take this out and put this in. No, we can't do that. I'm speaking on behalf of everybody with issues with the things that we're dealing with. You know, I believe Satchel Paige is fixable. But again, that's another baseball diamond that I chose to talk about. When it comes to the neighborhood parks, I can tell you right now, you go over there and look at my park right now. It's being cut every maybe 2-3 weeks. I mean, I know it's hot out here and I know it's busy. But at the same time, I want our stuff to look like everybody else's. You know, in my neighborhood, the kids that steal the cars live up the street and around the corner. The kids that shooting the guns live up the street and around the corner. But when they steal a car, they ride past the park. They let all the other kids know, look what I got. I got the smallest playground in there. I asked for small things like a bathroom, storage room, so I don't have to. I told y'all before, all the basketballs are in my basement. But if I had a storage room up there connected to a bathroom, hell, I had to fight for a porta potty just recently. They told me since I didn't have a shelter house, I didn't deserve one. Meanwhile, the kids, they done went from urinating to pissing on the side of people's houses. That's how bad it is. You know, my seniors are scared to tell these kids to get out of their yard because they got guns. No respect. We used to have a fence in the park where you couldn't just cross over into other people's yards. Those fences ain't there no more. So when the kids are running from the police, they run in between those seniors' houses. And that's the issue for me because, again, they're not calling the police. They calling me. When the police come, they won't even come outside and talk to them because Pat's out there. We got to make the playing field even, you know. And like I said, all of these parks need some attention. And I'm looking at all the money that's being allowed, and I'm like, man, you know, what do I do? I mean, I think that the more we work together, the more we get done. A lot of folks don't want to come out and speak in a public place like this. A lot of folks are scared to say something out loud because they think it's going to be some retaliation. You know, but I'm out here because that's what I do every day. I don't get paid for this. You know, making sure that when I'm dead and gone, it looks better before I leave is what I'm looking for. When you have parks that can't provide, you end up with me coming back in here trying to make sure that we get not just my park, all of them, all the ones that were like that we grew up in Seven Oaks. I mean, Seven Oaks got the little water thing in it now. They got fences around this, but they got a shelter house with a bunch of folks up under it that shouldn't even be under it. That's why I don't want no shelter house, because I know what it draws. And Chris said the parks are open, what, 5 to midnight? Shit, not mine. Mine's closed at 10. 10 o'clock. I go up there. Even the porta potty, I have to go up there most days to lock it up because my people with substance abuse are going there sleeping in it. I don't know how you sleep in a porta potty. You know, I don't know. But I do know that the more we do together, the more we get done. So I didn't take 15, 20 minutes. You know, I just made it direct. No. But see, this guy didn't call me every day for the last 2 months. When's the meeting?
Yeah.
I said on 11. He called me at 5 o'clock this morning. I said, Peter, you call me one more time. You know, but these are the type of things that we need so we can get what we need done. You know, him talking about Soul Park, I'm with that. But again, like I said, I've told people for the last 2-3 years, if y'all don't fix this, you know, I didn't know how this was going to turn out, but I knew it wasn't going to be good. You know, I mean, I say this all the time. I don't want to be sitting in Starlight and somebody gets shot in the back of the head because they over there got a disagreement. Nobody over there gets shot, but somebody watching the show. That's not good for me. You know, I'm more about the safety part of it than I am about the enjoyment part. We can't get the enjoyment if we don't have safety. So thank y'all. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. And we do, I've got some notes written here. We'll follow them up. So.
You're out the way. The only thing that I will say is my son himself grew up playing on 47th in Cleveland in baseball. He plays college baseball right now. So we've got to do all we can to dispel the myth that Black kids don't play baseball. Him and all of his teammates at Morehouse College play baseball, and they all grew, had similar experiences. So anyway, so thank you for continuing to illuminate that. The importance of it. So as President Hayden said, that'll be something that we can bring to attention. The 43rd and Agnes, I'm not familiar with. Is the 43rd and Agnes the 47th in Cleveland, or is it another?
No. It's all of them. 43rd and Agnes, 43rd in Brooklyn, 27th Street. Yes, ma'am. Okay. All of them. All of them in the urban core look like they cousins.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're not getting the attention that they need. And as far as Black kids playing baseball, we ain't got nowhere to practice. Mm-hmm. You know, even if we did.
No, I hear your point, but I can't let any record go and say that none of them, because I know my son does, and all his classmates, all his teammates that play for the Kings and play for Black Diamonds and all them. But I hear your point. And then I'm curious if there is a communication between staff and community about what the cut schedule is, just so people can understand what that is. Unfortunately, the mowing schedule, yeah. Unfortunately, you're not alone in perhaps your concern or disappointment about what that looks like, but it may be helpful to have that information about what that cycle is. And I just want to be clear, I know that you and I talked about it. You did have a porta potty place this summer, right?
I got one now.
That's
but
what I
again, thought. I mean, it's just one.
Sure.
A lot of the little girls got to go all the way home. Up until I got this one, my handicapped people had to go back home to use the restroom.
Because this one is an accessible one. I know.
Yes, it's
a wide one.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that when Secretary Houston and I talked about this, and we talked about it with the staff, that was something. I just wanted to make sure that I heard you correctly, or that it was stated. Okay. That was all I had for clarification.
Let me say this to you, Commissioner. Your baby's what, 18, 19 yet?
19.
Okay. So I have to go back to 5 and 6-year-olds to teach baseball because most Black kids don't want to play baseball. It's boring. It's hard to hit the ball. I was 5 or 6 when I first started playing. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that it's so different now because your son at his age and those kids, you don't have a lot of 8, 9, 10-year-old black kids. Everybody wants to be LeBron, and I don't know why. But basketball, and then the other thing is basketball has stolen baseball because basketball is year round now.
Mhm.
I mean, that was the worst. We didn't have that when we was little. Wasn't no AAU. You know, you had to go out there and sweat all day. Now they don't have to come outside till they go to practice at 6 or 7 o'clock at basketball. I got a whole basketball team that comes down to the park and practices 3 times a week, which is good. But nothing up there on the ball diamond, no kickball, no nothing. Kids don't even throw rocks. But that's where it's at. I would love to be able to go and start these kids all over again. You know, when something ain't working, what you do? You start over. So that's what I'm saying. I would love to be able next year start biddy ball over. You know, I mean, that's the only way it's gonna work. It keep a lot of kids out of trouble. Kept yours out of it, didn't it? Okay, yeah. Anybody else?
Nope,
All
I
right.
just like to get the record straight. My kids do play baseball, but thank you.
Yeah.
We got work to do.
Thank you both for
Thank you
coming.
all.
Appreciate you making the time. All right, we are now going to move into closed session. Do we have a motion to move into closed session?
Yeah, President Hayden, pursuant to Missouri Statute 610.21, Section 2, 3, and 13, I move the board adjourn to executive session to discuss real estate and personnel matters.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are now in closed session. Our next meeting will be held September 15th, 2026 at 5:00 PM.